We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us!
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous. And we go.
And we go. And we go. We going hard.
We show is going hard. Quad.
Yeah, how do you spell that?
HWAD.
That's what I thought.
Or, you could do WHAD, and some people just hit that H on those words.
Yeah.
Like, where have you been?
Yeah.
So.
I'm going to the party whether or not you want me to.
When?
Right now. That one doesn't work.
No, it does not.
All right. Well, we're about to both go at the same time. 2 intros simultaneously.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, let's not do that. We could open some sort of portal to hell.
Yeah. We would release some sort of imprisoned demons.
Yeah.
That have been just thirsty to unleash their.
Should have just stopped it. We would release.
Yeah, we would. Everywhere. Everywhere.
Everywhere. We would just make a huge
salty mess.
Yeah. Ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
Ribbons of jism.
Ribbons?
Well, yeah, no, I wasn't trying to add an H to that.
Well, you without trying, you very much did.
I succeeded at something I wasn't even attempting to do.
Is that a success then?
I mean, it could be. I mean, if
you were trying to do it, it's not.
I mean, you can.
Success.
Yeah,
no,
it still could be. I'm thinking up an example. Hold on.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know, like if you just say you're not even like trying to make a basket, you just throw the ball across the court and you make a basket, that's still successfully a basket. So, react to that, sir, who didn't have his earpiece in for a second.
Yeah, well, if you accidentally made a basket, that would be a success.
Oh, he could hear me. I must have said just enough before he took his earpiece out. No,
it was when I was getting back.
Oh.
All I had to do, my computer was at 12%. I just had to grab the cord to plug it in. That's all. Hey, welcome to High School Famous, the podcast that we do, that we intro every once in a while. Welcome to High School Famous. On our first day of school, we ran into her on the stairs. She smiled at us in an embarrassed fashion.
Yeah.
I am Sean.
I'm Matt. I remember that day.
I know.
It
was the first day of school.
Generic girl was very embarrassed by us.
Yeah. We did run into her on the stairs. So I don't know if that means we knocked her down or if we just saw her
if I run into somebody, I always knock them down. Like that is what I do. It's what I was known for. Even if they're
like vastly larger than you are?
And nothing else.
What if they're like a massive football star and you run into them? Are you sure you wouldn't just get knocked back?
Oh, no, only women.
Got it. So if you were to bump into, say, a Venus Williams, you would knock her over, you think?
I mean, I would attempt to.
You'd make a valiant effort to knock her down? Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oopsie daisy. Let me help you out.
Upsie daisy.
Oh, yeah, upsie
so
daisy.
you would want to have bad press on you. Like you would want to be featured on the news as the horrible person that knocked over a widely loved, a famous athlete. So much loved that they made a movie about her father.
I always make it look like an accident.
But you're open to declare to everyone verbally that it's intentional. You're fine with them knowing that it's got it. But if you did hit the news after doing something like that, people might listen to this. You would knock the news over?
Yep.
Are you saying the news is a woman? Because it's just full of negative energy?
Never. Whoa,
and it makes people feel sad? Makes people feel sad and hopeless? Is that what you're saying?
Wow. Sean Tattoo taking a stand.
No. I'm asking if that's what you feel about the news.
I mean, I would never have gone there with that at all. So the fact that your brain went that direction was interesting, to say the least.
No, that's just how despicable I think you are, and so I'm just trying to put myself in your trying to think like you think. I'm trying to think like Matt, and it's starting to hurt.
Interesting. Oh, I can imagine. I'm in constant pain.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I dressed as you for Halloween. I was like, "This is a lot of work, looking like this."
Yeah, but who was really fucking warm and cozy that night?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
You're like, man, Matt wears a lot of layers. It's like, yeah, there's intention behind the way I dress.
Well, hold on. Obviously, Halloween is in the late fall, where it tends to be on the chillier side anyway. And so it would have been natural to wear something like, a long sleeve shirt with a jacket over it.
Yeah, but people still constantly commented on how many layers I would wear all the time.
I didn't
no matter
that.
How cold it was.
Well,
it's because you would never pay attention to me, Sean, and that's why our friendship isn't as, good as it once was.
Our friendship is more of a fiendship.
Yeah.
So, but
constant bickering.
In the summer, you would just wear a white T-shirt under another T-shirt. That was
bathing
it. Like it wasn't like you had multiple. It was a white T-shirt under another shirt, and I think I did that a lot too. I mean, right?
Yeah, maybe. I think I'd sometimes wear long sleeves and stuff too a lot
in the summer.
Yeah, I still do that because I prefer wearing a long sleeve and rolling it up. I'm always that person that's like, I want to be prepared for any weather situation. So it's like, I'd rather wear long sleeves and then have to roll the sleeves up than be in short sleeves and then not have the option to cover my arms if they get cold.
Sure. It's kind of like the opposite of that. There's always someone that wears shorts like all year round, even if it's 20 below. They're out wearing shorts, even if they have a long sleeve. Like if they have a hoodie on, they're still wearing shorts. Or
shorts and like flip flops in the dead of winter, like you morons.
It's There's always people that will insist on doing that. I don't know why. There's one guy that works where I work that I think the reason is they say that there's some sort of like sensitivity they have, like it bothers them too much to wear pants or something stupid. I don't know.
Then wear loose fitting pants.
Well, they just wear shorts.
Like everything below my knees is super sensitive to touch. So I'm going to keep my legs exposed to all of the elements.
Yeah, I know. I didn't hear this straight from the person, so this could be,
or maybe it's like a sexual thing. Like they want their legs exposed because like even when wind blows against it, it's just like arousing to them.
What do you mean?
Like what?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
When wind blows against it. We're talking about
against legs.
Everything we're talking about is plural. Pants, shorts, legs. We're not talking about a singular.
I don't know how many legs your coworker has. I'm not going to make any assumptions.
You kind of did by saying it. If you're referring to legs as it, that signifies one and not a pair.
All right. Well, fuck me then.
So you're kind of making a statement that it's more likely that they have one leg and not two.
Sure. Maybe it's only one leg that's sensitive. You don't know.
Could be, but they might think
one
it's
leg
weird
is sensitive the opposite direction. One leg is sensitive if pants rub against it. The other leg is sensitive sexually if wind blows against it. So
interesting. So it's a win-win just to wear shorts. It's just wear shorts.
Wind. I'm gonna cut that out.
Sure, that too. Yeah, it's also wind. It's also a wind wind situation, even though it would just be a wind situation. And not a wind. Because only one leg is affected positively by the wind.
Yeah, but if you got wind coming from a couple different directions, maybe.
Sure, and that happens a lot. The wind
Two
blows
fans indoors.
Sure, you could do that. Aimed at your leg.
Yeah, specifically.
Someone would get very suspicious, I think.
It's the only way I can get off.
Interesting.
This is stupid.
Of course it is.
I'm exhausted.
Hey, I got something that probably won't take it definitely won't take up the whole time.
Cool. Because then I'll take up the rest of it with something else.
It also may or may not even be entertaining, but I just quickly came up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did more than I thought. I took some movies and I decided to come up with my very own basic simple synopsis as you can probably think of for these movies, and I want you to see if you can guess what movie it is based on the very little information I'm going to give you.
Guess the movie based on like a poor description of it, basically.
Yeah, it's very, I wouldn't say it's poor, it's just very not specific.
Okay.
So I guess if that counts as a poor description, then
like
yeah,
girl and boy, go spend day in store or something, you know.
I mean not too far off. So, okay.
I just thought of a movie. I literally just thought of a movie that would work for, but changed day to evening. Yeah, girl and boy spend evening in store would be, God, what the fuck is that movie called now? I'm going to have to look up what that movie's called, but
what's the movie where
it works?
What's the movie where I think it's Natalie Portman and she lives in a Walmart or something?
I don't know. Isn't that is it Garden State? I don't know.
No.
Garden State.
I've never That's how Zach Braff wanted to positively represent New Jersey is by writing a movie about a woman that lives in a Walmart. No, I think she's pregnant, and so she can't, like, she needs baby supplies, so she doesn't have any money or maybe even a place to live, so she kind of lives inside the store secretively to get supplies and stuff. I forget. Is it anywhere but here? No, I don't think that's it.
I have no idea. Hold on, I gotta find this fucking movie now.
Well, it's clearly not what I was talking about.
No, because Natalie Portman's not in this movie. There's people that are probably screaming right now.
I don't think so.
Listening to this, you don't think so? Okay. Career Opportunities.
I've not heard of this movie.
Is the movie? It's Let's see. Frank Whaley, Jennifer Connelly, and Dermot Mulroney. Basically, like, there's this guy, he's like overnight like janitor for like a Target or Kmart or some shit, and like she like hides in like a dressing room so she can steal a bunch of shit at night or some shit, and then then they just like end up like hanging out all night in the store, and then some people break in to actually rob it.
And the janitor just hanging out.
Yeah, pretty much. Something like that. It's been a long time since I see that movie, so that's even a shittier synopsis than boy and girl hang out in store.
I feel like I might have seen parts of that somewhere.
You'd probably recognize it if you'd recognize it if you saw it. There's like a famous scene where she's like riding one of those little kid like horses or some shit.
I remember that.
Everybody remembers that scene.
Well, because I feel like I think I saw some kind of countdown list of like movie scenes or something, and that was on there.
Yeah, it's always on there. All right. Anyways, movie game.
Do you want to start with the first one or one of the other ones?
I mean, to be honest, Sean, no matter what, I won't know. If I say yes, you can start with any of them.
I could just read whichever one I want. I didn't even number them, so who knows which is the first one?
Oh, actually. Shit. You might lose track.
I might. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ready?
No.
Okay. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay. A man is watched. Oh,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. You're gonna really. This is gonna lose a lot of steam if you keep doing this.
No, go. Jesus, what are you waiting for?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. A man is watched. His friends and neighbors know. He finds out.
A man is watched. His friends and what?
His friends and neighbors. A man is watched. His friends and neighbors know. He finds out.
Okay, so his friends and neighbors know that he's being watched?
Yeah.
And then he finds out that they know, or he finds out he's being watched?
He finds out. If I wanted to give you more information, I would have included
it's the Truman Show.
Yes, it is.
It clicked into my head as I was going.
I debated on...
It's almost made it sound like I was just debating, or I was just like mocking what you came up with for a synopsis. Like, they know. It's obviously the Truman Show.
Yeah. I almost ended it with, he finds out, he leaves. But that might have been too much information.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that would have helped. It was like, it literally clicked like the second I said, oh, it's the Truman Show.
Got it.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't like I knew immediately.
Right. So you were just dumbfounded. I had no idea at the very beginning. And then
I was super lost.
Yeah. Okay. That's 1 down, 6 to go.
Whew.
Okay. In order to do his job well, a man must see the world through someone else's eyes? Hold for sirens.
I know, dude. There's no escaping noises that go on around me.
I know.
It's inevitable. It's an inevitable part of every episode of this show is that there's probably going to be a siren or a cat meowing.
Yeah, unless some way at some point, if you end up like living somewhere else or whatever, where you can maybe construct some sort of soundproof room or something.
Yeah, just make myself a bunker with dirt walls.
I thought you had bunkers already. What happened to those?
All right, a man. Shit, I'm so lost now. A man.
I'll start over.
Okay.
In order to do his job well, a man must see the world through someone else's eyes. This one's very basic. Is this
being John Malkovich?
No.
Okay. It kind of felt. I can see that leans that way. Yeah,
but I'm trying to remember that
he became the big huge time puppeteer while he was like staying in John Malkovich's body and stuff. I think so. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
You're
that
right.
Would almost kind of work.
It would work there too. I bet you some of these could apply to multiple movies because I try to make them very basic.
In order to do his job well, he must see the world through someone else's eyes. Oh boy. And this is a movie I know?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh shit. Now I'm going to feel like an asshole.
You totally, oh my God, you know this movie.
Like I specifically pulled up only movies you've already talked about on the podcast.
No, I didn't do that, but.
Okay. Oh boy. I was really hoping I was like being John Mel. I felt pretty fucking cool pulling that would have been
a good pull too if it that would have been a good guess if it was correct.
Right. I mean, you can say that about any of them.
I know, that's why I said it.
Man, what could this be? In order to do his job well, I'm spending a lot of time on this.
That's why I'm like, maybe it won't be
the world through someone else's eyes. Oh man. Thinking like Minority Report would almost work for that.
It might, if it was the right answer.
Kind of ish. I know. Kind of ish. Boy, man, I am stumped on that one. And I don't want to waste too much time just sitting here.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
It stars John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
If you're saying Face Off, that is a horse shit description for Face Off, dude.
Why?
Because that's not at all how it works. They don't trade eyes. He doesn't see the world through his eyes.
But yeah, so he does because he is trying to get information.
He has to like go into like his world and like do his thing. That's a stretch of a fucking description, dude.
He has to gain information for where this bomb is, and only the bad guy's brother knows, and so he won't talk to the cops. So he pretends to be the bad guy to get the information. So that's doing his job well by seeing the world through the bad guy's eyes.
But he's not trying to see the world through the bad guy's eyes. He was just trying to get information from the other bad guy. He wasn't like, all right, the only reason he continued on after that is because fucking the other character woke up and took his face. And then he had to stay in that face for that long. So he wasn't trying to see the world. He wasn't, to do his job well, he wasn't trying to see the world in the other guy's eyes like, okay, I have to get into his realm and into his world to be able to solve this case. No, it's like, I just have to look like this dude for a minute. So he'll take his guard down, tell me some information, and then I'm out.
Yeah. So as a cop,
I do not accept this defeat.
Listen, as a cop, he's seeing the world through the eyes of someone that the bad guy's brother won't talk to. When he switches faces, he's now seeing the world through the eyes of someone who his brother will talk to.
That is so. You are bullshitting so hard to make that work. It is not. No, we're putting an asterisk next to that fucking fail on that one. That is not. I'm not okay with that. Moving on.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Someone pretends to be a computer to spend a bunch of someone else's money.
Talking about a blank check.
Oh yes. How'd you guess?
Because the fucking Macintosh pretends to be a computer. Your descriptions for these movies are misleading as shit.
I thought that one was clever. Oh,
pretends to be a computer. He doesn't pretend to be a computer.
He kind of does. He pretends to be a Macintosh. He pretends to be Macintosh. He
pretends he works for somebody named Macintosh.
I know, but when he's on the phone as Mr. Macintosh, he's pretending to be that person.
No, he's using a computer's voice to talk to, like, how anybody would have fell for that anyway. He's using a computer to talk to the people.
Mr. Macintosh. Please. The check is for $1 million. I know who would.
I'm becoming sentient.
Yes. I will spend that money for myself. I need more RAM. I need more RAM.
Soon I will be smarter and more powerful than you.
Well, there's too much inflection there. It sounded too natural that time.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
All right. So you're a miracle.
You're like, what do you mean a miracle? You guessed?
It's going to be based on your descriptions. I can only assume the next 4 are going to be a fucking miracle for me to get. Because I'm assuming you started off with the easy ones.
I didn't. No, I wasn't like. Oh, okay. I wasn't trying to progressively get. I did this about 2-3 minutes.
Thank you for not finishing that sentence.
Yeah, I didn't try. Anyway,
to get potentially harder.
I did this. Very not long before we started recording, so I wasn't. There wasn't a whole lot of like strategy.
The thing I'm gonna bring in after this, I literally did at work yesterday because I was
okay. All right,
something popped into my head.
Next movie: a cop disagrees with other cops on how to save the day.
A cop disagrees with other cops on how to save. That's like any cop movie, dude. Any cop movie of just like the come on. I mean, every fucking cop movie's always got the main guy always like turn in your badge and your gun like every fucking time. So it's like it literally could be any one of them. Is it Die Hard? Are you doing Die Hard for that?
You are. I mean, if you want to count guessing
movies that would work,
you didn't technically get Face Off.
Nobody would have.
But you're trying.
You
to
didn't
like,
technically get Face Off.
Yes, I did. I don't guess because I know the answer. I would have guessed it if it was.
But it wasn't presented. But the problem is Face Off wasn't the right answer.
Yes, it was. I created this. My answer is the correct answer.
Not for that description. It wasn't.
I challenge anyone to come up with something better than that for Face Off.
I will in a little bit.
Okay, next one. So yes, Die Hard was correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I suppose I should officially establish that before we move on.
Because you made it seem like I didn't get it right, but you were like, we should give you a different point system for when you guess something that could have also worked. Sure.
No, you got that one right. So you got
points.
You got Truman Show, Blank Check, and Die Hard so far, and your only miserable failure was John Malkovich. Which, yeah, you got that one right too.
Which was a better answer for that description.
That's not on my list, actually. So.
No, it was it was a better movie choice.
Sure, why not?
Next time I challenge you to just write basic ass movie descriptions like that without any movies in mind, and then try to match a movie to it.
Yeah, I could. Well, so like I'll write up the movie descriptions, and then you try to match it to a movie.
No, I want you to do all
this.
I just want you to write it. Yeah. I challenged you, yeah.
But then what am I doing here? But these are still things you have to guess?
Dude, I ask that same question of what are you doing here every time we start recording.
But these are things that you will still have to try to guess. Is that the point? Because if I
don't know, we'll see.
What is that for anybody? No. What is that for anybody? Oh, but not okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I want to do with my.
It's like doing a crossword puzzle. Just, sharpens your mind. Next movie. A sibling wants their sibling to go away, then changes their mind after it happens. Oh, The Labyrinth.
Man, this is not fair. You got that one right too.
It's another Jennifer Connelly movie.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Well, the other, to be fair, she hasn't been.
The first one was something I mentioned. No
movies, yeah. So on my list, this is the first movie with her in it.
Yeah,
and I think I only knew that she was in it because I looked this up before, and I'm like, oh, she's in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the only person I know about that's in that movie is David Bowie. I don't know anybody else that's in it except now Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly. I mean, they're kind of, for the most part, for most of the movie, they're the only two actual people in it.
Oh, really? Yeah. I still don't think I've seen that. I know I haven't seen the whole thing. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's one of my childhood movies.
I think that's why I went for that one. You might have some trouble with the last one, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to figure out this next one pretty quickly too. Then, are you ready?
Sure, why not?
A boy tries to get a girl to like him by beating up other boys she used to like.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes, that is correct.
Dude, I fucking love that movie. It's such a good movie.
I know. I did watch it once. I did watch it.
You literally just picked a shit ton of movies I like and then Face Off.
You like Blank Check?
Oh, I forgot about that one. That's a movie. Well, we've talked about that movie a lot recently. That's the only reason.
Right. And do you like The Truman Show? Do you like The Truman Show, Matt? You're muted, so this is pointless because you're muted.
Oh, I was muted.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right.
How long was I muted
a lot,
for?
But he's muted. Just like 30 seconds, maybe. I don't know.
No. I said the Blank Check thing. I said, well, the only reason that movie I even came up, or I thought of that movie at all, is because we've talked about it relatively recently. And then, no, I said Truman Show. I liked Truman Show at the time. I don't know if I would care for it as much if I rewatched it now.
Yeah,
it's one of those movies that once you know it, it's just like, I don't know if it's as entertaining.
It's less fun to watch because it's well, you kind of know at the beginning. You know from the jump that he's going through this. So it's not like there's a big
know from the jump that, but then audience. I think you start to. I guess it's one of those movies that, like, I think maybe when you watch it the first time and see how everything goes, and then you maybe watch it a second time and then start picking up on all the little things of like, oh, this is here, this is there. And that movie would have been cool if they would have kind of done a twist ending with it where you find out at the end that he's been watched the entire time.
Yeah, I want to say that was late 90s. I don't remember when the big like twist ending fad happened.
I think it might have been started before that with Shamalama Ding Dong.
Yeah, it did, and then you had other movies that copied the formula, which got a little tiring. Actually, I got a little tired of that aspect. All right, last one. You might have some trouble with this one, although you might guess it right away. Surprise me. A guy doesn't want the Nazis to be powerful.
Again, that's so many movies.
That's what makes
it. I mean, are we talking Raiders of the Lost Ark? That was literally just the first thing that popped into my head. Oh, I love it. So I'm assuming I'm right. Due to
it was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Exasperation.
Due to my hissy fit. Yep. I looked disappointed and defeated, and I quickly removed my earpiece out and I was pretending to leave.
Love it.
I wonder if this is something that would be better if we have a third person on and we can do like, who's winning, who's got more points, like thing.
Yeah, sure. Let's bring Adam back on.
Oh yeah, he's.
So I can wipe the floor with him again.
well, that was different.
That shit was so funny.
Man, he was getting upset. I don't know if he was really getting upset, but
and then in the end, but in the end, he ended up winning just because of
the wager thing.
I just love how he still ended up getting the victory after all that. Yeah.
Classic.
Was closer
comeback story
to the last question.
Always rooting for the underdog.
Yeah, indeed. Well,
Sean, that was what I had. So you said you had something else to fill up the rest of this.
That's hilarious.
Duration.
Yeah. So you used to be quite the little tweeter back in the day. You used to tweet quite a bit. Am I right?
Sure. I mean, sure.
On the Twitter.
I used to do that. sometimes.
Sure. Probably. I mean, more than me, anyways.
I remember. I was for a while. I was primarily only tweeting when someone new followed me.
Okay.
And so I would just tweet them and
that.
say like, "Hey, you're gonna love following me," or something, something stupid, because it's obviously nothing really to look at on my Twitter that is worth following. So,
right. Well, so what I did was I hacked into your Twitter account and I found a bunch of your Twitter drafts. Just yes and me with this. And
sure. Okay. Yeah.
I quote unquote hacked your Twitter account.
Yeah. So these are all those tweets I started, but I was like, maybe I should.
Yeah, but you just never posted them for any reason.
Gotcha. So you're about to read. You're about to reveal.
I found them. I'm gonna read a bunch of your Twitter drafts.
Of all the things you can quote unquote hack into, this is what you chose to hack into. Is my Twitter account?
It was the easiest. It was the easiest to get into.
Yeah, I did put 1234 as my password on that account there. So they warn me every time.
It was like all your passwords are
easy to guess.
all your passwords are Puffy Dog.
Puffy Dog.
So
for a long time, I used to have pretty much a lot. I don't remember if it was all of them, but I know that I had a lot of my passwords were just the word password.
Which is the worst thing you can do.
Right. But when I thought of it, I thought it was so clever.
Right? Everybody who thinks of that is like, nobody's going to guess password as the password. It's like one of the most common passwords ever used. But I use a capital P, so...
Well, I would, one of the letters was capitalized. I made it really hard. There was only, how many letters are in that? 8 letters? So there's only 8 possible combinations.
Right.
I made him work for it. So you must have really put in your time to get into my Twitter account. Yeah,
well, like you said, 123 was your password.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Anywho.
I said it was 1234. But one of the numbers was capitalized.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other 3 were lowercase.
Lowercase
numbers.
Yeah.
The 3 was that fancy 3 where it's like a straight line and then an angled line and then the curvy line.
Oh yeah,
that was hard to do on the keyboard.
I know my passwords are all font sensitive.
Right.
Yeah. So I really take advantage of that.
That would be awesome.
I know
that would be awesome, but a pain in the ass.
That's another thing they could implement if they really wanted to.
Yeah, because there's so many different fonts, like at least 5. Anywho,
but for people that already have trouble remembering their passwords, if they made them font sensitive, it's all. There's no way you're going to remember.
Unless their password is the name of the font.
Sure, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the font, like they could name it one. Here's a way to throw people off. They name it one font, but it's in a different font. Like your password is Helvetica, but you have your password written in like Century Gothic. And I say written when I mean to say typed.
Right. It's a lot harder to handwrite passwords.
It is.
Unless you have like a touch screen or like a tablet or something.
Yeah, but then it would just convert.
See, that's another level of security. Jesus.
Yeah. Not only are you, you could make it easy for someone to both hack into your account and forge your signature that way.
Right. Unless your signature is font sensitive as well.
Yeah. And you figure out a way to do capital and lowercase numbers.
Right.
So what did I almost tweet way back when?
All right. So I just pulled a few of them so we could, I saved them all. There was hundreds.
Yeah.
But so I could easily do this another time. To keep you from doing this to me, I have super locked down my Twitter account.
Gotcha.
So you could never ever do this to me.
So this just shows you. This shows you how selective and how carefully I crafted my tweets.
I'm gonna say right now, it's probably good you didn't tweet some of these.
Yeah, I didn't tweet way more than I did tweet.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start with this one here. Does anyone know how to safely remove a foreign object from a rectum? Hashtag asking for a friend. And then like just after that, like minutes after that, you also did, seriously though, time is of the essence. Hashtag fine, I'm asking for me. Hashtag perfectly reasonable explanation. So that one's interesting.
Right. Well, clearly I didn't actually need to seek out help from anyone. Well, since I didn't tweet it.
I mean, I'm assuming you got it figured out.
Well, I got it out.
Right. Okay.
Figured out, whatever, however you want to put it. It's no longer in.
It's no longer there. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Cool. This next one, it's just simple. It just says, I'm not sexist or anything.
That's
the whole tweet.
Well, I mean, that's clearly a draft because
no context.
I couldn't. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to finish that one, and since I could never come up with what to follow it up with, because everything I thought of after that just made me sound sexist. So yeah. You probably.
I mean, it's never good to start off
anything
by saying I'm not this or anything, but
Yeah, I'm not this.
Interesting, right? This next one is sometimes I hate the limitations I face being a white man.
Well, yeah. I mean,
world's just not made for us.
Now, it's all relative, right? So I'm only getting experiences the limitations that I do face,
right?
And they can frustrate me, right? I'm not saying that it's an apples to apples world out there as far as limitations that people face. I'm just saying I'm particularly annoyed with the limitations that I do experience as the person I am. And I think that's fair.
Okay. I mean, it's good you didn't post that because I think a lot of people would have taken that differently.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So it was good that you held on to that one.
Yeah.
It was a tough one today. The struggle was real. Hashtag poop break. Had a rough poop that day, apparently. Nothing makes me sadder than seeing a woman succeed. These are probably good. You didn't put these out there.
Oddly enough, that is what caused the bad poop day.
Tightened everything up a little bit.
I saw a woman succeed and everything just dried up.
Oh.
And
nothing makes Sean drier than a woman's success.
So that's what happened.
That's too long for a title.
Yeah.
This next one is nothing has made me feel more alive than that time I had to identify my cousin's body. It's pretty dark.
It is. Well, anytime you lose someone that's close to you, you start to think about your own mortality, and
right.
Yeah, I think anyone would feel that way. Maybe not the best phrasing.
Yeah,
because this kind of suggests I got like some sort of sick thrill out of it.
Yeah, like I feel so alive right now.
Yeah. Like there's just that's that that lack of feeling,
right?
And this is the only thing that can make me, I feel just normal. I normally just feel numb to the world, and I don't. So this is what allows me to, it gives me that rush.
Yeah, this and autoerotic asphyxiation.
Sure. Well, I was doing that while they brought me to identify.
Oh, see, that was you left that part out of the tweet.
I did. It was a draft.
Like while they were bringing you there, like on your way.
Yeah. See, I was trying to fit that into 140 characters, and I couldn't quite get it.
Right.
I couldn't quite get it because at the time that was the limit. I wasn't living in a 280 character world like I am today.
Ugh. Have you ever fantasized about your partner's face, but on a better body? Hashtag asking for a friend.
I should have said hashtag asking. I should have said hashtag asking for a partner.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that would have been more funny had I come up with that.
Yeah,
but I didn't come up with that, so probably why I didn't.
You did now.
It's probably why I didn't tweet it in the first place. Because I think the hashtag can provide just as much insight as the tweet itself. There can be just as much meat to chew on in the hashtag or hashtags. So I think there's, don't sleep on those,
Right.
Put some real thought into those hashtags. They could
Lots
be
of pizzazz.
Yeah, some panache. They could be just as revealing or exciting as the tweet content itself. Sometimes they can even exceed. It can be like a misleading thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's sniffing out the real tweet when the dessert is in the hashtag.
Yeah, you got to go all detective Twitter on them.
Yeah, detective.
What are you trying to do here?
Detective.
Detective. All right, so this next one, it's a lot kind of like the sexist thing earlier. It just says, "I've never done anything weird with an animal." Not sure.
How is that? Why you
have to tell people that?
How is that connected to? Well, I was being.
I mean,
accused.
it's just
to defend myself.
Okay. I'm just saying it was along the lines of the I'm not sexist or anything, because it's just like making a statement with no context.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I can see the similarity there. But yeah, no, I was feeling the need to defend myself against some slanderous accusations. Of course, you know how the tabloids are,
right? And you've been splattered all over those tabloids lately.
I mean, Perez Hilton would not. He was just not leaving me alone for a few years there. Back when he was a thing. Yeah.
I mean, he's still a thing.
He's a person.
Well, people are things.
Well, then why are they different as far as nouns are concerned?
I mean, because calling somebody a thing is a little bit demeaning, I guess, but we're all... Okay, sorry. I should have said, I mean, he's a noun. We're all a noun.
Sure, yeah. No one's denying that.
Right.
But whether or not he's a thing is what's in the question here.
I mean, again, still, technically, I think we're all things. We can all be described as things or fall under the category of things.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
I mean,
slightly
don't do me any favors.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. I'm really dreading today. Can't believe I had to get out of bed for this shit. And then a couple minutes later, it just says brunch with my besties. Hashtag loving life. Hashtag no dread. Hashtag penis pals.
What? Hashtag no dread. Hashtag the opposite of what I just said.
Yeah, full 180 there. So it sounded like you weren't looking forward to brunch.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but then immediately you're like, nah, brunch is great.
Well,
must have had a couple mimosas.
Well, no, someone was going to be there that I wasn't looking forward to seeing, but they canceled at the llast minute. And so my whole attitude turned around. And it's odd that I chose not to tweet either of those things. Like, why would I have refused to tweet brunch with my besties? Had I tweeted the dread tweet beforehand, I might not. I'm like, this might sound like I'm contradicting myself if I tweet that I'm having a good time. But since I didn't, there's no reason why I wouldn't have tweeted the second tweet.
Yeah, something must have distracted you.
Yeah, it's weird that you came up with this concept of back-to-back tweets that I refused to send either.
I didn't do this.
When one is
this
an entirely
is your Twitter
positive
account.
Message. Oh, I see. Yeah. No. So why did I do that?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
I think that was like that time that you weren't sure if you were going to make it because you were about to move to Chicago, and so it looked like you were going to be there, and then it turns out you couldn't. I think that was that time.
It was me.
Yeah.
You asshole.
I think that was the time that I decided to not tweet either of those things. I didn't want you to, since you weren't able to make it, I didn't want you to feel bad. I didn't want to feel like I was boasting about what a great time I was having without you.
Right.
At brunch with my penis pals.
Yeah. So who are all your penis pals?
Well, I think
do
that
you have
draft,
shirts?
I think that draft, well, we keep ourselves covered up, to be safe. But that draft, I believe, included a photo.
Oh, yeah, I didn't catch the photo.
Oh, you didn't catch it? Weird. Because, I mean, if you're in the account, the tweet...
Well, yeah, but sometimes you have to click on the photo.
To read
unless you've deleted... Well, I wonder, maybe you deleted the photo off your phone and it might not save in the drafts then? I
don't know. I mean, you would know.
Again.
You would know how Twitter works.
Yeah.
With all your
I'll find the picture.
Abilities. Yeah. I mean, I'll
find the picture and we'll put it out there on on our Twitter account.
On our socials.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll
it was
Sean's penis pals out there.
You know, it was Sammy and Billy and Jack and Tommy and Philip.
Oh, see that? Maybe that's why I didn't go, because I don't really know those guys. Those are all your friends from camp.
Yeah, from friend camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My favorite is the sleeping bag challenge.
You try to see how many people friend camp every summer.
I go to friend camp every summer. And the best part is the sleeping bag challenge. You try to see how many of your friends you can fit into one sleeping bag.
Right.
I get a lot of fun doing that one.
I mean, that's probably, I'm assuming that's where the penis pals thing came from.
Yeah.
Because you want to get as many friends in there as possible. So you want to get rid of anything that might take up extra room. So you always take all your clothes off.
Yeah. You want to fill every bit of empty space.
Right. I mean, that's just a good goal in life.
A good tight seal.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine that in that situation, you don't want to be the first person in the sleeping bag.
No. Well, you have the opportunity.
It's never good to be the first.
Well, I mean.
And do you go feet first or head first? I mean.
It depends on the friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think it's going to depend on each way the second person goes in.
Yeah. Each arrangement has, its advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
So you get different styles of fun depending on the arrangement. So you definitely have to plan that ahead of time. You don't want anyone to be in there not enjoying themselves or feeling left out. So you gotta coordinate.
But you also don't want anybody enjoying themselves too much.
Right. No, you don't want it to be over before it's over.
Right. You want to make sure that everybody is there with the right goal in mind.
Yeah.
Like, look, we're going to take our clothes off and we're all going to climb into this thing. Business. It's just this straight up business.
Straight up business.
Let's get back to your tweets here.
A lot of jobs are created in that challenge.
Yeah. Created and finished.
Oh yeah, you complete the jobs.
A lot of jobs are brought to completion.
Exactly.
All right. Always thought the phrase "finger the perp" was funny. # police lineup. # witness. # sorry for your loss.
Is that a term?
What?
Is finger the perp a term?
Yeah, we're gonna finger the perp. It's totally a term. Google it.
I must have been into question as to whether or not that was an actual term,
and that's why you didn't post it.
Yeah,
maybe.
I wasn't 100% on whether or not that was a term people used. I've heard identify the perp, but not your weird one.
Right. I can't. Seriously, you've never heard finger the perp. It's totally a fucking thing. I definitely didn't make it up.
Look, I don't know what sites you visit, but it's not something I've seen a lot. I think maybe you're the one who introduced me to the term, and that's why I was saying I thought it was weird in the tweet, maybe.
No, I just Googled it, which was dangerous.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I would advise against that.
Like the first thing that in the Baltimore Sun, which is a newspaper, it literally says finger the perp in the heist. So
right up the heist.
Yep.
Right in the heist end.
Anyways, so that was that one. I don't know why you didn't post this one or why you worded it this way, but it's with a heavy heart that I must announce today's lunch menu. # chicky fingies.
That's weird. I don't know what else to say
Which
to that
part?
One. Chicky fingies?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
And we were clearly serving women's fingers.
I assumed you meant chicken.
Well, that's why it was with a heavy heart. It was actually human female fingers.
Were they succeeding and you needed to stop it?
Yeah, they were great fingerists, and I couldn't take it anymore.
I mean, I feel like a lot of these tweets might read back into each other then. Now I'm starting to think that you were the perp from the previous one.
I might have been. They might.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So, I mean, I don't remember the timestamp. You'd have to check the timestamp on these drafts. Do they timestamp drafts?
I don't believe they do. I think you just. I mean, it might have like a date from when you saved it.
Yeah, but you could. I'm sure they're drafted in order. So if they closely follow, then I could see them being connected. But these seem to be just several tweets apart. I don't think there's a connection to the two.
Yeah.
How many more?
I mean, unless you went back into some of them and edited them or something like that, and then they might change the dates on them. I just got one last one here that just says, where has my mind gone lately? By mind, I mean child. # missing for hours. So, I mean, clearly you found him since then. Unless you're talking about a different child that I don't even know about.
Well, yeah, I mean, why? I mean, what's the point of telling you about them if, so that was, after this was, I had him wait outside the stall when I was having the rough day.
Right.
And, I came out and he was gone and, he didn't leave a note. So, so
I assume he had something important to do.
Yeah, he had somewhere to go. I searched all around SeaWorld and,
oh, really?
I mean, we weren't there at the time, but that's just where I decided to look.
Oh,
he was always talking about wanting to go to SeaWorld. I'm like, well, if he's going to run off, he's probably going to SeaWorld. That's probably
where he's going to go.
Well,
I was thinking maybe you were on your way to a trip to SeaWorld and you're like, so I just went figuring you probably went on ahead.
Yeah. Like we were stopping at a gas station to use the bathroom and pick up some snacks. And when he wasn't there, I'm like, well, we're pretty close. Like if I start looking for him now, I'm not going to be able to actually go to SeaWorld. So
I always told him while he was growing up that if you ever can't find me, go to SeaWorld. Yeah. Look for me at SeaWorld.
It's because we'll meet up. It's because I didn't want the trip to be a waste for both of us. So I decided to proceed to SeaWorld. And I figured,
like I already paid for the tickets.
He's probably on foot. So if there's a good chance, if he's heading to SeaWorld, I can catch him on the way there or on the way back.
Right.
But yeah, that was a gamble I lost on that. The house won on that one.
So you never saw him again?
No.
Sure, he's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you hear about this kind of stuff all the time. Probably going to grow up to be very successful.
Yeah, kids go missing all the time. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, and when you grow up having that kind of chip on your shoulder, you become a little more driven to succeed, to show them, hey, I can. I didn't let what you did defeat me or crush me. I've become more successful than you ever dreamt, Papa.
I will destroy you, Papa.
I will destroy your things.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can see why I decided not to tweet those.
Yeah, and that was just I was just scratching the surface on that. So,
sure, it's hard to scratch beneath that.
Well, eventually you get to the underneath that if you keep scratching. Just depends on how sharp your claws are and how determined. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how itchy you are.
Right.
Matt, how penetrable is your surface?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, that would be why I asked the question. That's generally why people ask for information. They would like to know that information.
Yeah. It's kind of like that when people are like, well, tell me how you really feel. It's like, I just fucking did. Clearly, I'm angry about this situation.
I mean,
very, very penetrable.
Oh, quite? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Quite.
Quite.
I like using the word quite to describe
it's like quite. That. How hungry are you? Oh, quite.
Are you fuckable? Oh, quite fuckable.
Quite.
I'm quite fuckable.
I've been told by the Queen.
What? Of England?
Not that one.
Oh, of spades?
Yeah. Yep. I've been seduced by a playing card.
Nice. Bye.
We are on TikTok now, which makes us even cooler. HS Famous. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at hsfamouspod. Email us directly at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. We have Patreon too, but you'll never go there. Altogether, our hearts beat as one.